Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is ACN speaking to you. I am recording Age of Wushu Dynasty. Now, this is my favorite game. I've enjoyed this so much. I have yet to have any problems from anyone that's ever played or any other staff. I have no complaints. I have yet to have any issue with the community. I've always had decent gameplay and I enjoyed myself. It's gotten to the point where, uh, well, people are starting to flock. All my friends are flocking to the game because of me joining it and enjoying it so much and playing it. But yeah, it's a good game. I highly recommend it to anybody out there that's looking for a decent MMORPG that runs pretty well, even on the highest settings, and I don't even have the best of phones. So yeah, it's a good game. It's fun. It's enjoyable. A lot of different activities you can get yourself into. Um, One I like the most is actually the marriage system, which I'm at the matchmaker now. Um, Let me see here. Let's see this person. Level 5. Wow, just started. All right, so yeah, and the matchmaker, and then there's the arena, the Wulin arena, which I'm about to go and demonstrate. Now, mind you, uh, my power level is only 284,000. So I can go against the best of players. I might not win, but I do live longer than most. I guess that's just how I built this character, and I'm getting an invite already. Money tree. I'm gonna go ahead and refuse the money tree for right now because I'm not really into going into the money tree at the moment. What I want to do is showcase some of the skills. And who is ISO? ISO. 87,000 level 35. Now, why isn't your gear at the same level as you? What kind of facade are you putting off here? Looks like they're trying to gather treasures. Well, that's interesting. Alright. Their guild is untitled. Who is this guild? Who runs this guild? Untitled. Untitled. There's my guild, or the guild I'm in. TC Slayers. Untitled. Oh, they're right underneath us. Interesting. Directly underneath us. They will definitely catch up, apparently. Because we have almost nobody here. That's sad. Okay. Alright, let's get into the game here. Let's do a couple of runs with combat here. Now, this arena is the only arena that I know of that automatically puts you into auto combat and you cannot change out of. Every other arena that I've been to, whether it be Sky Arena or other type of battlefield arenas, you can choose to be in auto combat or not. In this one, it's automatic, and I only assume that's because the people that you fight are either on or mostly are offline. And at the beginning of the arena, there are actually some computer controlled. Wow, that is bad. He is going to lose this match because he used Fairy Staff's skill, which gives him 100% of his HP. Now, keep in mind, guys, that is a very decent ability, yes. However, if you use it too early, it becomes detrimental because the skill says that once the effect wears off, you lose up to 80% of your maximum HP. So what that means is that you might gain 100% of your HP, but once that 80% kicks in, you're practically dead. Um, with that being said, I have the same skill set, but I go into my auto battle and I turn off that skill specifically. So I don't use that skill specifically inside the arena because of that issue you just saw. Um, that skill is a little dangerous if used the wrong way. But most people don't pay attention to the skills, and most people don't read them. So they just go along with it. If they win, they win. If they lose, they lose. Me, on the other hand, I do generally go about that route. If I win, I win. If I lose, I lose. But if I know that I am able to win the fight, why put myself in a position where I won't win the fight? So that's why I don't use that skill unless I turn off that specific move. So let's go on to the next one. Looks like we got a lot of 300,000s in here. And I honestly don't think this guy can handle a 300,000 fight. I'll be honest with you. Wow. Especially a 400,000 fight. I don't think that'll work. Here's a 302. I might be able to actually play against this 302. But they are using the fancy footwork skill set, so they're of the scholar school. So they do a lot of damage. They have a lot of damage output, a lot of critical damage output. In my personal opinion, I believe they have more damage output and critical output than Tangman. And that's school deals nothing but critical damage and high amounts of damage. So yeah, they do a lot. But anyway, yeah, like I said, does a lot of damage. The absorption is not kicking in properly, and he is just wailing on me. That is amazing. That is amazing. I got him down to 45%, or is that 42%? Either way, he's level 63. I'm level 63. And you see what happens when that skill is used against you. So, yeah, it's interesting. It's fun. I love this game. I enjoy it. Like I said, whether to win or lose, if I know that I should win the fight versus lose the fight, then I'd rather win the fight. That way, I tend to feel some animosity against the player, but I guess that's just normal. And I think that goes for anybody that's an actual player. Somebody that does play games. You feel a little bit of built-up tension against another player for beating you. If you know that you should win that fight, and yet you end up losing for some odd reason. So, yeah. But, like I said, it's an enjoyable game. And then here's a list of all the martial arts that I have currently unlocked. I have all of these skills. Each one is a different skill set, and each symbol that you see at the bottom left corner of that skill, those symbols correlate with the attribute damage. Now, at first I didn't really pay attention to this when I first started playing, but later on, as I got into the game and started understanding the new different things that I can do with my character and attempt to make him stronger or do a little bit more damage, and not have to have a high level to do certain things, and just do more damage and be able to survive a little longer. These attributes help. They do work. They're very necessary. And if you ever want to achieve greatness with your weapon, I suggest you try your best to invest as much as possible into this skill tree, and that's only because, or not skill tree, I'm sorry, but these attributes, because these take you a very, very long way. One thing I'm going to do is I'm probably going to switch out one of my skills. Right now I currently have equipped my Ruthless Staff off to the right side and my Fury Staff off to the left. I got the Fury Staff set as my primary, I believe, and my Ruthless Staff, which is actually my school skill, set as my secondary. And this guy just keeps sending me invites. What I'm going to do is change it because, well, not for this set. What I'm going to do is change it in my next set, which I'm going to show you. Okay, so this is my next set. This is my deployment set I'm going to use, which they call Plan 2. It's basically just another skill set that you can set up. Your martial arts, your internal skills, school internal skills and all that, and your mental skills that you can all set up, you know, and use, and try to achieve something greater, I guess. I don't know. It's just another way for you to change your skills up and, you know, utilize them in combat. So what I'm going to do is actually, I'm going to change. Interesting. Let's see here, go to mental. That's why. Let's go ahead and get rid of that. We don't necessarily need it. In fact, that actually gets rid of that, doesn't it? Yes, it does. Well, we gotta find a better route to take then. Because that gets rid of my... Yeah, that gets rid of that. But that's okay. So we're gonna change this. Let's see, we got the 8 trigrams in there. And we're gonna use Ruthless. And there we go. So that way we're using the staff itself. Now, I can go back into this. And I can go into here. And I can pick up my seals back. Which is this one. And this one is centeredness. And I get my effect back. This one, however, I'm not sure exactly. Actually, you know what? It should be this. Freedom Sultra? Probably. I'm not sure. Let's go ahead and get rid of that for now. But now I have my effect back. Alright. So it's not that bad. That's good. That's good. Okay. So I can... let's see here. In effect, I can keep that on. Okay. So let me switch over to my... Switch over to this. And have my primary. Alright. Except I go into my bag and I unequip this quarterstaff here. Now when I unequip the quarterstaff, I go automatically to my staff, which brings up my skill, which I can then switch my martial arts and get my other staff skill. That way I'm not changing out my staff. My power is going down significantly, and that's only because my 8 trigrams is significantly weaker than my school skill. But not to worry. If you go into your martial arts and you bring up the 8 trigram staff, and you see on the top upper right corner of the staff skill at the bottom, you see there's a symbol, and then you go to your skill sets, go to your attributes in the bottom left or bottom right, and then you'll see that the attribute matches hard damage for the 8 trigrams. And since the damage type is hard, even though it's significantly lower, I still get an additional 4,265 points of true damage from the skill. So I still do a decent amount of damage from the skill. It's just that the skill itself is not as high level. So my power level will drop, but the skill itself is still pretty strong. So even when I got this low level skill, let's go check out the arena to see how effective it really is. Now I'm probably gonna have trouble because this is gonna be a low level that's probably a little higher than me, and she's got a little bit more power. So let's see how much damage I can do. Yeah, she's level 67. Let's see how much damage I can do with the 8 trigrams, even with the damage modification. Like I said, this is all auto, so I have no choice but to watch this battle go on as I continuously get brutally murdered by this woman. Oh my god, that looks so horrible. Horrible. I need to pick it up. Need to pick it up, ACN. I need to pick it up. My lord. Beat around like a rag doll. Yep, that was horrible. Next. Check, please. So let's try it out. Let's try it out. I'm not sure exactly how I got into the rankings, and it won't let me leave. There we go. Let's try out the school skill, and let's see how much damage that will cause versus the 8 trigrams. Same person, different skill set. Let's see how much damage we cause and how much more likely we're able to survive her onslaught. I hate the fact that I had to watch this battle and I can't participate directly. But here we go. Seem to be doing less damage. That's probably because of the way I got the skill set up. One of my skills, instead of actually dealing damage, it actually gives me a temporary boost in defense by giving me a shield that deflects up to, I believe, 20% of the damage that I receive back onto them. Plus, I already have the reflection bonus from my mental skill. So that's additional reflection bonus. And there you have it. It is a win. Wow. Significant damage. There's a difference, a massive difference you can tell right off the bat. I'm glad to actually get that win. That's actually my second win of the day. So I'm glad to get that win. But yes, you can tell that the damage is different. I tend to do a little bit more damage, but it seems that I survived a little longer because of the extra boost of defense that I get from one of my skills. And I will show you that right now, which skill that is. Inside the Ruthless Staff skill set, let's go to Cultivate. The skill Twirling or Twisting Serpent. This used to be a skill that dealt damage. In fact, here it is on the charts over here to the right. See here, using the skill provides or grants light rage. This invite is in the way. Refuse. As you scroll down, the skill each hit stuns the target for 2 seconds. That was a decent effect. I had that for a while. I had it at 3. It does work very well, especially in tight situations. And on top of that, the skill dealt damage, so I had a little bit more damage coming out of it. So that was pretty decent, but I ended up changing and switching it up, and I took a reset pill, which I used to reset the skill points for my skills. And instead of having 3 points into this skill, I added an extra point, which completely maxed out the skill. Now the skill, instead of doing damage, has become a buffing skill. And as it says, reduces damage taken by 80% for 3 seconds. Mark target player for 3 seconds, and share 50% of the damage they take while the effect lasts. Now, when I saw that, I initially figured that the person that I'm attacking is the target player. I didn't necessarily understand what it meant until I looked to the left side here, left side of the screen, as I'm flashing for you, that the target is actually me. So it locks on me, meaning that when it says mark target player for 3 seconds and share 50% of damage they take while the effect lasts, that means that on top of the 80% damage taken that is reduced, okay, I am reflecting up to 50% of the damage that is being dealt to me back onto the other player by sharing 50% of the damage that they're dealing to me. So 50% of the damage that they deal to me, I give back to them. In a sense, my understanding, that's a deflection of sorts. So on top of that, okay, keep in mind, on top of that deflection rate, all right, that percentage, if you go into the mental skills and you check out this mental skill that I got activated, it says when attacked, 15% of damage taken is reflected upon the attacker. Every 5 times you are attacked, you will recover some HP. Critical hit is counted as 2 attacks. And a lot of people are doing critical damage. So every time they deal critical damage, I get that HP boost. I get that healing effect. Now, that 15%, it does stack. As you saw, if I did not have that buffing ability, as you saw, all I had was the 15% when I was using the 8 trigrams. The 8 trigram staff skill did not give me that reflection bonus. It did not give me chi armor. Okay, it was all damage. Granted, skill did a lot less damage, but as you can see, not a lot of damage was being reflected back on them. The only thing that was in effect was this mental skill right here. And with that being said, you can tell the difference. So it does stack, the percentages do stack. So on top of the 50% that I reflected back, plus this 15% here, that is, if I'm not mistaken, 65%. 65% of the damage that is dealt to me is technically given back to the player that's attacking me. And on top of that, this mental skill gives me the HP bonus, so I heal afterwards. The chi armor does not give me a healing bonus. It just gives me a nice little deflection bonus and a nice little shielding, and that's about it. And boosts damage reduction, and that's it. So on top of the 80% that's reduced, I reflect up to 65% back. So as you saw, it's a great effect. I love it. It works. I can't go anywhere wrong with it. I highly recommend anyone that's starting out, that's new to the game and trying to play and understand. If you are a Shaolin monk or and you want to find better ways to survive in combat, I suggest you go that route. Only because it's going to make your gameplay that much better and that much easier to manage. And you'll get less frustrations in combat. I'm just going to say this right now. I'm not an expert. I don't plan on being an expert. I just plan on trying to play the game, enjoy myself, have fun, and have everybody else do exactly the same thing. And hope that you can. Because without having fun, then there's no reason to play the game now, is there? And most people like to have fun by, combat me in question. I love combat. It's my favorite. I love to get into combat. No matter what I'm fighting, I like to fight. No matter if the person is stronger than me, I like to at least test my skill in some shape, form, or matter to better myself, better my skills, and I like to show off a little bit. So I fight, say even the strongest people. I don't mind it. I think it helps instead of hurt. So yeah, that's why I don't mind it. I can't wait to get to this person's level here of power. 307,000. I'm almost there. I got 284,000. I'm almost there. Got a long way to go, but I'm almost there. And that was a player in red that just ran past me. I might want to put him in prison, but here's the thing. I don't get a benefit of any kind to put that person in prison. I don't get a title. I don't get a payment of any kind. So honestly, putting that guy in jail is not really worth my time. So there you have it. This is a very fun game. I highly recommend it for anybody out there that is looking for a decent MMORPG to play that runs even on the weakest. You see my LTE symbol over here in the top right here next to my battery level. That even has the weakest signals, and it still runs smoothly at 50, 60, sometimes 70 ping. So I've had little trouble with this game. It's got massive amount of updates. They're always trying something different. They're always adding new things. Even in my time playing for the past 3 or 4 years, they've added new schools which have different skill sets. They've also added new skill sets after the schools, and they added the new twin blade skill. It's called Lover's Blade. You don't have to buy it out of the store. The reason why I'm inside the shop right now is because I believe there is a box that you can buy. I think it's in here somewhere. It's in here somewhere. There's a box you can buy And when you buy this box, it only costs 1 gold to buy this box, by the way. When you buy this box, you get, it's over here on the right side, or on the left side. So when you buy this box, okay, this weapon pack has all these level 1 weapons that are in the game that you can use for different skills. Okay, and at the bottom of the list, twin blades. Yes, twin blades. Now you might find a higher level of the twin blades somewhere, and I don't doubt it, but I'm going to say this: if you do, cherish it, because apparently this is rare, because this is the only way you can get it, apparently. Well, from what I've seen, it is the only way you can get it. And this weapon pack does not refresh too often. Even when the entire store refreshes, for some reason this weapon pack takes forever. But yeah, there you go, there you have it. So that sword set goes with this skill set here that I'm going to show you. I do not have this skill set, but I can at least showcase the skill set off to you so that you see what I'm talking about. Hold on. Level 79. Why? In the middle of a recording, bro. Why you gotta be such a butt? You get people like that all the time. Anyway, back to what I was doing. Well, before I was so rudely interrupted. So you go to your skills here. You go to your martial arts. And you scroll all the way down to Lover's Blade, off to the left here. Tap it. That is not it. That is Tai Chi Fist. What in the world? It said Lover's Blade. Come on. Could be in the butt. There we go. Alright. Lover's Blade. Now, I want this skill. This is amazing. The way it looks, the effects, not bad. Let's try that again. There we go. I like the way this looks. Now, when I get the twin blade skill set, or see, this is the twin blades skill set here, and I can go ahead and go to the store with 1 gold and buy that box and get that twin blade set. I'll be able to utilize the twin blades, the Lover's Blade scroll. This is the only skill in the game currently that takes 2 weapons, that allows you to dual wield. Also, inside the weapon manual, you go on a weapon manual and you go to weapons and you scroll down or up, doesn't matter. This is the only twin blade set that you can get as a look for your twin blades, and it's not that bad. Looks kind of cool. Weapon manuals actually does help a little bit. It might look like it's just for effect when it's really not. because each temperament actually boosts your power in some way. Um, and here's the thing: this is permanent. Okay, once you have this unlocked, it's permanent for your character. Not for all characters, just for the character that you unlocked it for. Okay, so keep that in mind when you unlock your things. And even forging them up. So even if you're gonna, say I forge this, okay. Well, I can't right now. Okay, so let's say I forged this instead. Now I did once, but I don't have a sword skill set that I use for this character. In fact, I don't use swords at all for this character. So with that being said, sorry, I'm just checking my battery level here. With that being said, I forge it, I still get the plus 11 defense bonus and a plus 80 HP limit. So you might not want to use this weapon to show off, but check this out. You still get the effects of just having the stars inside the weapon, even untempered. So keep that in mind too. That's one other way you can power yourself up without actually doing very much. Now this one right here I'm going for. This is one of the weapons I want because of the way it looks. I'm just going to be blunt with it. I'm going to be honest. I like the way it looks, and that's the reason why I want it so bad. Because the final form, which is the ultimate form right here, I think will look amazing with my outfit that I currently have. In fact, let me see if I can find. Yeah, so here's my outfit that I currently have. And that box on my back is actually part of the weapons manual. It has a decent effect too, actually. In its ultimate form, this is what it looks like. I like that idea. I like that effect. I have seen somebody with this one a lot, and I've seen someone with the base one a lot. I have yet to see somebody with this though, on this server, I should say. Maybe a couple of years ago, on another server, but not this server right here now. And I wouldn't mind getting it to that level because that looks kind of cool. So anyway, yes, enjoy this game. You will love it. Have fun, meet new people, marry, enjoy yourself. It's a game to be had. It really is. So until next time, bye.